drug deals going down for sure. There's also a motor club that works on their cars here at night after the parts store closes. I came over to my car because his hands are full of tools and about to be full of grease. Dallas, as we know, is one of the people that was, well, started off having fun with the situation, but later on, realizing it was a serious situation, started assisting. Well, it was his friend Luke, as we know from the recording earlier today. His friend Luke was actually using two different accounts to type about what was going on. So it was actually his sarcasm, or maybe him typing what other people in the vehicle were saying. But altogether, there was like 3 or 4 people there that night. Was it night before last, I guess? Anyway, I remembered his friend had typed that he wanted me to make him famous. Well, I don't know about making him famous, but if he's got words to say, I think he should be allowed to say them. So I want to give his friend Luke the opportunity to, and possibly see if he might be able to assist me, both him and Dallas, with possibly turning this in. The more the merrier. There's been a lot of people that said they would go in with me, and then at the last minute they couldn't be contacted. Just ghosted me for a month or more at a time. Like, yeah, you had me set up an appointment to do this safely, and then you made sure that I couldn't do it safely, and then you dipped out because you knew you fucked up. That's the psychology of it. Now, at these youngins, I want to believe them, just like I want to believe everybody. I want to believe them. Most of the time, I don't have the ability to believe somebody because they just put out too many flags that show me they're full of shit. Or they tell me too many things that are outright and blatant fucking lies. There's not enough here to get a soda pop. Fuck. Also, I don't know what happened to my coffee. It coagulated. I went to take a drink. It wouldn't suck up into the tube, and it tastes weird now. So I'm gonna dump it out. I don't know if it's just what happens when the instant milk or powdered milk is allowed to reconstitute or what. Or maybe I just put too much of it in there and it eventually coagulated, but it's not very good. With them being witnesses to the situation the other night and also assisting me, that does make them witnesses to the situation. And I think if they're able to speak about it in a place where they know that it'll be heard before they have to go in and put it somewhere else, or they might have to be afraid of being victimized for trying to turn it in, at least their words are out there. And also, if they're afraid to turn it in, he might call me up and explain that to me. He might say he doesn't want to get involved, or he might say, hey, this is right up my fucking alley. I'm sick of these fucking pricks and the bullshit that they're pulling, and them allowing people to harm innocent folks who are just trying to make the world a better place. Anyway, I'm going to take this letter that young woman gave me, the one that says, God bless, the one that I wrote Tom's phone number on for y'all, so that you'd be aware and prepared. I'm going to take the top of the envelope off here, and I'm going to write my number on that for him. I mostly have my phone number remembered. If I'm super stressed, I'll still forget it. It's because I'm stressed out, not because I'm retarded. Alright, I got the number written down. I'm gonna walk it over there. There's 3 youngins' vehicles over there, so it's a lot of witnesses. It's also, it makes it a safer situation for me in case I get fucked with by somebody. There's a lot of witnesses over there. Plus, they all seem pretty cool with me and don't seem to be afeared of being recorded. What the hell? Oh, yes. It's a golf tee. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. Well, looks like I walked too slow. I just barely missed him.
He'll be right back. Over to Dutch Bros real quick and He's coming back.
Alright.
Has Molly left you alone in this parking lot?
She was here earlier today. Yeah.
She was getting in that cop's face the other night. Like, we were just sitting in my truck and it was like, she was like right here, like yelling.
Yeah.
I was like, just arrest her. She's getting into a cop's face.
Yeah, Luke was typing something about that. He introduced himself to me yesterday, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I was the one typing it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of stuff like that. That's the thing, is that I get harassed by her, and then she has the cops come and harass me. This is all because I helped Tom out. So this has been ongoing for 3 weeks, and she's having the cops harass me. She's going to the people at Fred Meyer's telling them I'm some sort of monster. She's telling people all sorts of crazy shit. So I got a bunch of recordings with Tom that show that I was trying to help him out because he was being victimized by her, according to him.
Yeah.
And she was doing the same things to me. So I was like, you know what? I got to dip out. I can't do this anymore. And I let him know that a few days ago. I was like, if you're going to keep on going back into that situation, I'm the one being abused.
Yeah.
So I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then apparently, from what she was trying to say, he had left his stuff by my vehicle. Like, that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So him putting his stuff by my vehicle, she came over, beat on my vehicle, smashed a fucking beer bottle over there. Like, yeah, it's recorded. So, I mean, what's she gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, she can do plenty because the cops still have to look at it, and I'm homeless, so they'll just give me the blow-off treatment like they did last time. Although I'm glad that she yelled at the cops that time.
Yeah, because we could hear her, and I was like, anybody else, they'd be arrested for trying to raise their voice at the cop.
Mm-hmm.
But he just let her go.
Well,
we were all like sitting in the trucks, and we're like, just arrest her.
She just kept on beating on my car too. Like, that's the thing that night that was messing with me, is that she comes up to my vehicle every time that her and him have an argument, and he leaves. Beats on my vehicle, accuses me of stealing him, says she's going to call the cops, tries to have him committed, tried to have me committed.
Yeah.
Like, man, this is no fun.
The cops here are something else.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed. I got 4 recordings with cops here that shows that they're fucking inept at their jobs and they're criminally negligent. Yeah. So, all right, 3 of them show criminal negligence.
There's something else here.
Well, I keep hearing that everywhere.
Yeah. You're gonna get in there, not see it, and then smash it on the ground. And you're gonna pick it up glass. You're smart about it. Put it in your home box.
When you say don't be stupid, generally people do something even more stupid.
I wouldn't throw my headlight on the ground, the light bulb. I'd put it somewhere where I wouldn't get it stepped on.
Somewhere where it's not going to get scratched, because that creates a stress fracture.
All it has is paper in there.
What are you trying to put on?
I kind of feel like the fifth wheel here waiting on him to show back up. I can see him in line, though.
Yeah. It's okay, that one, the one with the hat, that's my brother. And that's my friend.
Hi, brother. Hi, friend.
Brother's name is Michael and friend's name is Grayson.
Good to meet you, Michael. And Grayson was here the other day.
No,
Yesterday, I think.
last night.
Might have been last night.
Oh, you like to brother?
Grayson,
Yeah.
were you here yesterday?
What?
Were you over here yesterday? No, that was my friend Luke.
Well, I talked to Luke, but I thought I heard somebody say Grayson as you were
different
pulling away.
Grayson.
There's more than one Grayson?
That's a lot.
Dear Jesus, at least your name's not Sean.
That's his name.
Oh.
Yeah. I was in Hood River, and all right, people try to pretend that I'm schizophrenic, right? Because they're fucked up people like Molly. Now, I'm in Hood River, and I keep hearing my name, and every time I hear my name, I look up. You know what it turns out? It turns out that I'm not hallucinating people saying my name. It's the fact that half the men in Hood River are named Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every time they call out somebody's name to get their order, Sean, Sean.
What?
Yep. That's one of the things about, like, when you're homeless, they're not going to do anything about crimes against you. They do everything they can to ignore it.
They should still do something about it, whether you're homeless or not. You're still a person.
Well, not to them and not to most of the general public. At
I
least
still
not
see you
enough
guys
of a
as a
person to
person.
stand up or step up.
It shouldn't matter. You're still a person. You're still getting abused or harassed. It shouldn't matter.
Exactly. And it is abuse. I mean, she was physically assaulting my vehicle with me in it. How am I not supposed to be afraid? Especially, that's the culmination of 3 weeks of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think I'm a person. The courts don't think I'm a
I
person.
think you're a person. It's not. It shouldn't matter for anything.
I wholeheartedly agree. Unfortunately, it's the opposition that makes their voice heard. I got a lot of people who are, you know, they're decent enough folks, but they don't speak up the way that people who are predatory do. Like with Molly, she does this all the time, but when I need help, getting somebody to help stop it, there's a lot of people who say, man, it sucks that happened. Man, I saw that whole thing. What the fuck is wrong with that lady?
Step in. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
We didn't see it. We just heard it, and we were like, "Oh, we don't know where this is coming from."
Right.
We would have like came over and stopped it, but we didn't know where it was happening or anything.
Yeah, that's what Dallas was telling me. He would have walked over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we didn't. We just knew it was like over there. We didn't know if it was like Goodwill behind, like completely behind Fred Meyer's, where it was at.
Yeah, it was over in that area. I usually park in that part of the parking lot because it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
One moment, I gotta give him, here's my phone number. It's for Luke. You can have it too. Matter of fact, anybody that's willing to speak out, they can have my number. Well, I want to thank all of you for existing.
I'm gonna thank you for existing too.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I got to go in on Monday and try to turn it in again. There's a lady who is hopefully going to try to help me. But Luke said he wants me to make him famous. I don't know if being on my YouTube channel will make him famous, but it'll get his voice out there.
Yeah. It
It's
was.
because I was the first timer up there.
And anybody else here who's not too afraid to speak up, I'm totally down with hearing their stories and even doing research if they need it. And if
Right.
there's people that need help turning their predators in but have to go in alone, I'll go in with them if they ask.
Yeah.
See ya. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll tell Mimi you said goodnight.
Okay.
That's a good name.
No problem.
It's my daughter's name. Her name is Renee, but we call her Mimi.
Well, as long as she looks like you, and not me.
She looks just like me.
Good.
It's crazy.
I'd be a little freaked out if she had a beard.
I hope she don't.
Of course, I used to have hair on top until I pulled it out by the roots.
My dad's the same way. He's bald, but he's got a beard. You seen him? Not that kind of beard, but he's got a beard.
I don't believe that you have a father.
I do.
No, I'm gonna play like you must be schizophrenic for saying something that is obvious, because that's what we do here in America.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's just what we do.
Well, we could also go to Nebraska and blame people who don't exist there. All right, well, I'm gonna get back to my vehicle. I just wanted to make sure that you and Luke had my number, and if anybody else that was here that night, or anybody else that you know who wants to speak out, like I said, I got a YouTube channel. I only have 1,300 subscribers, but I mean, it's still, that's 1,300 people.
Don't go slow. Get on.
All right, thank you much. Be safe.
You too.
Now, of course, I do need to finish playing the recording with Martinez. He did make quite a few. These are not rookie mistakes. These are intentional fuck-ups. So, they're also very large fuck-ups. There's a period of time when I was talking to Genevieve. I want to say it could have been up to 10 minutes of our conversation that wasn't recorded because I had accidentally hit the pause, or not the pause button, but the stop button and not noticed. It might have only been 30 seconds, I'm not sure. But of course, it was recorded. It's on my YouTube channel. Yay! I gotta go pour out my nasty ass coffee somewhere. Obviously, I didn't want to go over there and bug him a whole bunch. And I keep wanting to call him Brandon. I know it's Dallas, but I keep wanting to call him Brandon. I'm not sure why. Maybe he looks like a Brandon. Maybe there's somebody who looks similar to him that I know named Brandon. There is, actually, come to think of it. Josh Hughes, his ex-girlfriend's name is Laura, and Laura's boyfriend after Josh was a guy named Brandon. He kind of looks like Dallas, except 25 years older. Also, I noticed with a lot of these youngins out here, they got the Confederate flag. It's not a flag of any nation that ever existed. It's a standing battle flag. And there's two of them, actually. Two different regiments that had that flag. They were just a little bit different from one another. But also we know from people like Otter and what's that other lady's name? I'm trying to remember. There is a pretty hefty clan following here in Oregon, especially here in Tillamook. And we also know from research that there's a long history of the clan here, especially in this area. So that kind of takes this stuff from the realm of imagination, flying dragons and fairies, to the realm of plausibility. It is entirely possible I've been in racist redneck areas before, and I've encountered a lot of racist rednecks, and some of them racist rednecks are pretty nice, actually. I know a few racist rednecks who do hang out with some black people and are nice to black people, but they still don't like black people. You get some pretty weird answers when you ask a neo-Nazi why he's friends with a black man. Alright, I gotta go pour out the whatever the sludge is that manifested itself in this thing and try to make myself a cup of fresh. I didn't expect this to be a 28-minute video or 21-minute video, but well, hurry up and wait, right? Anyway, he's still over there. The other folks that was in the parking lot left already. He might come over and talk to me in a bit. Might just drive off and do his own thing. I don't know. What I do know is that I can barely function right now. I am fucking petrified of losing my evidence, losing my vehicle, being harassed by Molly or somebody that Molly is going and fucking slandering my name to. Molly needs to be stopped before she gets someone killed. Just like Natalie Bollinger needed to be stopped before she got someone killed. Alicia Bollinger needed to be stopped before she got somebody killed, and Maddie Boa needed to be stopped before she got somebody killed. All these folks should have remembered I'm tenacious as fuck. I'll be right back. If I'd have known it was going to do it, it did. It was a lot more coagulated than I thought. So it's a very slow spreading puddle, and I kind of feel the need to film it. I actually feel bad for pouring it where I did because now it's unsightly and I don't have enough water to thoroughly dilute it. Alright, let's look at these. This is the first cut. That's the crap that was in it. Let's use this here cigarette butt. We'll show you the consistency. I mean, it's really thick. And then this right here is when I rinsed it once. It's still really thick. And then the third rinse is just that foam. Well, looks like Dallas left for the night. Hopefully he gets my number to Luke, and hopefully Luke is willing to speak on my channel. I was going to ask Brandon if he would go in with me, but I figure, well, small enough town, small enough area. Oh, the cops probably know who they are anyway, especially if they're hanging out in this parking lot. Also, the fact that they gave me their names knowing I was recording yesterday and the day before, they were helpful. They knew they were being recorded, and they still were helpful. Still spoke to me like I'm a person. Still spoke about the situation. So I'm going to try to earmark this as, in order to earmark it, I basically just share it to my Facebook page, and then I can scroll back and look through the posts from an approximate date or an approximate time, if it'll let me, depending on how much they changed Facebook, because there's a lot of stuff that I was able to do that I can't now. This is all stuff that prevents me from getting help. And by not acknowledging it, by pretending that these things are figments of my imagination, my predators are able to prevent the evidence from being shown in court. And it's evidence of their wrongdoing. Evidence of them coordinating with others to gaslight the fuck out of me. And people who made empty promises but never kept their word. People who assisted predators in getting away with the crimes that they committed against me, knowing full well that they were predators. On the bright side, I got Dan Fabert and, God, what's her name? Megan Messigatis to slander my name in the same conversation. God, that's fucking pristine and perfect, ain't it? Don't play fucking head games, I'll bust you. I will catch you and I will make it very public. If you'd have done the right thing, we could have gotten it taken care of in court instead of forcing me to go public. You had two choices, come forward or I will. Some of you ended up with a lot more time to think about it than others just because of the situations that I have been forced into. I think a lot of the situation, most of the situation boils down to people don't care how desperate the situation it is when you're homeless. You're on your own. We've got dozens of homeless people that I've recorded on my YouTube channel speaking about how it really is when you go in alone. And that seems to be the one universal stitch in this fucking quilt. They had to go in alone. Their excuse for not trying to help somebody else out is that it doesn't work. No, going in alone doesn't work. Working together and protecting each other is the most important thing we can do. Imagine if every black person in America turned a blind eye to George Floyd. That's what I'm dealing with. Except I wasn't lucky enough to end up dead. Living through something like this is worse than death. I've been dead before. And you know what I remember about being dead? Not a goddamn thing. There's no pain when you're dead. None. It's fucking freaky waking up after. Being told you're only alive because you got a damn good doctor. If I'd have had my way years ago, I'd already have that do not resuscitate. If I die, leave me dead, please. But they won't. Because I can't get help to even get that paperwork done and turned in. Because again, when you go in alone, they pass the buck. Everyone does this. They're not allowed. It's against the law. But who's gonna stop them? You? Are you really gonna speak up? Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind.